Okay, here we go, folks. We've arrived at the thing that is going to absolutely kill me as we talk this through. So if we cry, if we break down, I truly apologize. But here it is, folks. Titans get the win, 34-31, which is great. But Derrick Henry, folks. Derrick Henry is going to be out for the year, folks. The concern on Titans running back Derrick Henry is a Jones fracture that would require surgery and end his season per sources, folks. Sources say Derrick Henry is out for the entire year. You see what happens when you mess with Vegas, folks? They put a curse on you, get you injured. Vegas has disrespected this Titans team the last 3 weeks. The Titans have taken that disrespect and threw it right back in the face of Vegas. We cashed out. We bet. We made Vegas look like fools. Derrick Henry was part of the reason why Vegas was looking like fools these last 3 weeks of giving them points, and then the Titans winning up straight out these last 3 weeks. And we know Vegas doesn't lose money, and when Vegas lose money, they look to kind of make it right. They make the situation right, folks. You know what I mean? Little wink here, little wink there. They make the situation right. They don't like to be made to look like fools, folks. You think the mob? You think Tony Soprano wanted to be made to look like a fool? You saw what Tony Soprano did to the people that made him look like a fool? Yeah? Made him sleep with the fishes a little bit? Vegas is kind of the same way, folks. And Derrick Henry was making them look like fools. So they had to kind of call in a favor. Do a little curse. It was Halloween. Coincidence. Got the witches involved, folks. I mean, this is what we're going up against. So I know we speak very highly here, but there's some other powerful outside forces here that could really put the pressure on when they need to kind of get their message across. They don't like to make money. They don't like to lose money, and they don't like to be made fools of. We've made them look like fools and have stolen their money. And Derrick Henry was also a huge part of that as well. So, watching what they did to Derrick Henry may put us in line a little bit as well. So, Derrick Henry, how it's heartbreaking, folks. It's soul crushing. No more Derrick Henry, and he's the lifeblood. Like, we won't take the Titans for the rest of the season, folks. I mean, Vegas has truly made it clear we will not take any of their money, folks. We are not going to be betting on this Titans team. The only main reason why we were betting on this Titans team was because of the king, the man. And now we can't do that anymore. I still like Ryan Tannehill. I believe in him decently. But, I mean, this was the soul of the team. This was the team. He is the Titans. Everybody else is just Tennessee. He's the Titan. Their team should be renamed the Tennessee Titan. He's the only Titan on the team. So, for that, we've got to truly do everything that we can to try and re-go against the curse, to cancel out the curse as much as we can. So we're going to be moving Derrick Henry to our center portion of our canvases that we have. So let's take a second to quickly move this canvas over a little bit here. He's so great, folks, and we're going to miss him for the entire year. One of the best running backs of all time. Already the greatest running back in the history of the NFL. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see him for the rest of the year. We're hoping that this is just a sick joke. A little bit of a trick. A trick? Was this a trick? Did the NFL give out tricks instead of treats last night? Is this why they're doing it to us? So, Derrick Henry, middle section of our canvases now. Super, super unfortunate. Let's talk this game through. Here we go. Titans ended up winning. We all knew that this would happen, folks. Carson Wentz, he's not the guy. This Colts team is not the team. And the Titans advanced to 6-2 on the season, winning 34-31 and winning in overtime. Let's start here with the Titans since they got the win. Ryan Tannehill goes 23 of 33. Which is 69% completion percentage, absolutely fantastic. 265 yards, absolutely fantastic. 3 touchdowns, absolutely fantastic. 2 interceptions, not great. But his first interception came in the first drive, not great, and then they took it and went down for a touchdown and made it 14-0. Once again, the Titans were down 14-0, claw their way back, fight their way back, take the lead, have the game, and then unfortunate, a couple of calls go the way of the Colts, and they move down and score the ball. I mean, this game really should have been over because Carson Wentz threw a pick six with a minute and 33 remaining, but then they get bailed out a little bit, down 7 with a minute and 26 seconds left. They find themselves in a 3rd and 16. Carson Wentz kind of throws it up, and Michael Pittman Jr. is there to make the catch. Once again, kind of a Hail Mary type situation that gets caught. And then a couple of plays later, they have a pass interference that was pass interference, but, that it was just a boneheaded play by the defender to run into him. He had an ample opportunity to turn around and play the ball and break it up. The game should not have gone into overtime. Carson Wentz bailed out twice here, once by Michael Pittman Jr., once on the penalty, and then they're able to score the touchdown. And then Carson Wentz in overtime had 2 cracks at it. He had the ball twice. What happened? First drive, they get the ball. They win the toss. They can't do anything with it. 2nd and 6, pass incomplete. 3rd and 6, pass incomplete. What happens when Carson Wentz doesn't get bailed out? They have to punt. And then he gets the ball back one more time. And what does he do with it? An interception. Throws a pick in triple coverage, trying to hit Michael Pittman Jr., who has bailed him out time and time again. Can't bail him out here because there's 3 defenders draped all over him, and they lose the game because Carson Wentz throws the interception. Exactly what we know about this Colts team, exactly what we've been saying about this Colts team ever since week 2 of why we are off this Colts team 100% and why we would never buy them back. We saw it exactly there against this Titans team, and we know this Titans team is the real deal. Why we robbed Vegas, and why Vegas in turn cursed Derrick Henry and is now probably coming after us. I saw a couple of black vans parked outside my house, folks. I'm truly scared for my safety as well. Are they going after my legs, my knees? We were kind of making them look like clowns as well. So pray for us over here, folks. We are truly frightened for our lives. Vegas is coming for us as well. So Ryan Tannehill got it done besides the interceptions. The second interception, they ended up getting the fumble back on the very same play. Tannehill throws a pick, and then the person that caught the pick fumbled it, and they got the ball back, and then they went down and scored a touchdown off of it. So fantastic here by the Titans. Once again, dogs here. We saw it against the Seahawks real early on in the season. They were down the entire first half, came back in the second half and won the game. This is a true complete team. Why we were so confident in betting this Titans team the last 3 weeks, folks. Once again, we see this. We've already seen this by the Titans. So when they got down 14-0, we were never scared. We were never wavering. We weren't like, oh, we're calling up Vegas and be like, oh, we made a mistake. Can we get that bet back, please? We're sorry. We please. We never did that. We were like, yeah, they're going to still win. And what happened here? They still win. So Tannehill, real solid work there. Derrick Henry, 28 carries for 68 yards. Truly unfortunate here. He didn't have a big breakout game to end the season, a 400-yard rushing game to really end the season on. Unfortunate, but he gave it his all to go to a 6-2 record. Now we'll see what this team can do for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got them to 6-2. What can they do without him now? And who was Ryan Tannehill throwing to? Going to A.J. Brown, no Julio Jones. A.J. Brown targeted 11 times, 10 receptions for 155 yards and a touchdown. Jeremy McNichols, 3 catches, 33 yards. Jeff Swain, 4 catches, 23 yards, a touchdown. McCoy Pruitt, 2 catches, 22 yards. Nick Westbrook-Eakin, 2 catches, 16 yards, and a touchdown. So without getting the rushing production from Derrick Henry, we're talking about 28 carries. Who are we giving 28 carries to, folks? So what are we doing here with this Titans running game? We just don't know quite yet. We'll talk about it in a second, but let's finish up here with the Colts in their stats. Carson Wentz goes 27 of 51. That's nothing great, folks. 27 of 51. Here we go. Completion percentage is 52%. Real bad. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His first interception came for a pick six to go down 7 points with only a minute and 33 seconds left. And like we said, that really should have iced the game. They shouldn't have come down on a 48-yard drive to go down and tie the game up because of the penalty, because of Michael Pittman Jr. catching a little bit of a Hail Mary as well. So bail out there. And then once again, Carson Wentz in a pressure-filled tight game throws a pick, and they lose in overtime because of that. So game was close twice. Ball in his hands, tied game, a chance to win it, and he throws an interception both times. This is what we get with Carson Wentz. He is not it, folks. He is not it. He fooled us a little bit, but I mean, as we're watching, I mean, we're selling as we're seeing it. And if we're seeing the same things over and over and over again, year after year after year, we're ready to sell, folks. So we've been sold Carson Wentz. Best decision ever. They're 3-5. All right, running back wise here, and we know the Colts have 3 great ones. We'll see what they do. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Great running performance there. Nyheim Hines only ran it once because they are still good on Jonathan Taylor. Now, Marlon Mack did not play this game. Interesting, because we've got the trade deadline coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So we've seen them use Marlon Mack this season, but it truly seems like the Colts will get rid of Marlon Mack because they did not play him in kind of the final game right before the trade deadline. So we'll see if the Colts will offer the Titans Marlon Mack. Maybe they're salty about this loss and be like, no, go fuck yourself. We're not giving you it. Also, they're in the same division, so probably don't give him Marlon Mack, so he's off of the table. But let's quickly finish up here with the wide receivers. Then we will get to the running backs. I promise, folks, that the Titans could get Michael Pittman Jr., leading receiver here for the Colts. 10 catches for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fantastic work here by Michael Pittman Jr., who we know is fantastic. Then we get Jonathan Taylor, 3 catches, 52 yards. Zach Poshkel, 5 catches, 43 yards. Nyheim Hines, 4 catches, 22 yards. T.Y. Hilton, 2 catches, 16 yards. He got knocked out of the game, and he is not going to play this Thursday. So, once again, T.Y. Hilton not out here for Carson Wentz. Once again, a huge reason why we are off of this Colts team is because he doesn't really target his weapons. We set a bar to buy this Colts team, and they didn't get anything. They did not hit any of our bars. We had 3 bars. We needed to see them win, first of all. That's a loss. We needed to see 2 receivers with 100-plus yards catching. They didn't even get 1. They had Michael Pittman at 86. That was close, but that's not even 1. And then we needed 67% completion percentage with no interceptions, 52% completion percentage, and 2 interceptions. So we're not going to be buying this Colts team. No way. Didn't hit any of our bars, so still selling this Colts team like we should be, so that's great on us. Alrighty, and now let's talk about this Derrick Henry situation a little bit more. So out for the year, most likely. We're hoping it's just a trick. We're hoping it's a late prank here, late Halloween trick prank. But running backs that are available on the free agent market, Todd Gurley, probably can't go that route. The man, he's got arthritis in the knees, folks. How bad? Adrian Peterson, now they are kind of expected to bring him in for a workout here. So we're hoping Adrian Peterson can maybe, not lose the season. Frank Gore, I think we go Adrian Peterson over Frank Gore, a little bit more fresher, a little bit more spring in his chicken. Deontay Foreman could potentially be good. Jordan Wilkins, Kerryon Johnson, Darius Juice, Bo Scaribo, Alfred Morris. I could go for some Alfred Morris as well. He's got a couple of 1,000-yard rushing seasons. TJ Yeldon, Ito Smith. But then we're hearing this as well, and I am all about this. So, like I said, they are expected to bring in Adrian Peterson this week, but they are also bringing in, or also trying to call and check on running back Phillip Lindsay from the Texans. And we love Phillip Lindsay. We've seen him rush back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in his first 2 years and then get shipped off to Houston for no reason. Now, what is going to make this trade very hard to do is that we just saw the Texans trade Mark Ingram. Now they've only got 2 running backs, and they're good, Phillip Lindsay and David Johnson. But now if they trade Phillip Lindsay, now they've only got David Johnson. So I doubt the Texans trade another one of their running backs, but Phillip Lindsay for the Texans, we would all be about that, folks. Absolutely, we'd be all about that. So it's really seeming like Adrian Peterson. And then if they make a trade, it's going to be probably Marlon Mack or Phillip Lindsay. And both of those are going to be hard. Like we said, the Texans because, hey, we only have 2. And the Colts like, hey, no, we're a division rival. You just beat us. Hey, go fuck off. You beat us twice, actually, this season already. How crazy. 8 weeks into the season, and the Titans have already beaten the Colts twice. I mean, we've cashed in both times, but we digress on that. So, Derrick Henry, we wish you the speediest of speedy recoveries. If you need anything, any body parts from us, you can hit us up. That's fine. I would give you everything. I'll give you everything I have. We didn't think it could happen to the machine, to the king. And here it is, folks, because of Vegas. Derrick Henry, we will avenge you. You can guarantee that. I will take down Vegas single-handedly. And I know I'm putting myself in jeopardy by saying this out loud. I'm sure they've got my place bugged. I'm sure they're listening live to this podcast right now. I'm sure they're relaying all this information to the vans parked outside my house. So as soon as I step out of the door, they come and get me and kidnap me and break me down. So if I act a little bit weird in the upcoming couple of days, you know what has happened to us, and please tell our story. So Derrick Henry, thank you for the last 3 weeks. That's all I can really say. Thank you for the last 3 weeks. Derrick Henry, I love you. I just want you to know that I love you, Derrick. I love Derrick Henry, folks. Big, sickening, folks. Sickening, depressing. Don't even want to do the show anymore. I really only started the show so I could talk about Derrick Henry on a daily basis, folks. If you didn't know, now you know. I mean, let's try to move on. Let's see if we can muster up enough energy to move on.